Hey guts, you probably already know from the title, but my channel is freaking old, man. 4 years old. And every year, on the 10th of August, I redraw my profile picture. I prefer to do it on the day my first video was uploaded, instead of when my actual channel was created, because it's just better, bro. I know that most people don't really care, but I do.
So yeah.
But the video this year is a little different, because soon you'll see I finally included the part where I remake the banner. That probably doesn't make any sense to people who haven't watched the, other videos of me doing this. Oh well. To be honest, this year, I was looking back at the profile picture from last year, and it honestly doesn't look that bad to me. I'm not trying to sound like I think I was the most perfect, flawless, greatest gacha tuber, artist, kid, something in the universe. It's just that, when I look back at my old art, my brain notices all of its flaws and how shit it actually looks. Which, yeah, I know is a very common thing. For me, it happens less with gacha edits, but, you know, I still see the flaws with the editing. So yeah, I was low-key considering keeping it the same. However, then I was like, nah. Last year I had the idea of making the background match my gacha sprite, and I kind of did that, but not really. But this year, I did. I also got the idea of maybe sneaking a character or something in the background, and whether I did or not, wait until the end of the video! Anyways, when making the profile picture, I relatively used the same method I used last year. Another thing that probably wouldn't make sense to people who haven't watched the ones last year. I kind of feel bad. ArtFlow, Gacha Life 2, and maybe some Picsart at the end. Spoiler alert, for the profile picture, I actually did not use Picsart. I did for the background though. Picsart is good. I fucking love it. Well, for editing, I use it for my thumbnails. Also, thank you for more than 3,000 subscribers. I know it's all mainly from one video, but I'm still grateful. I can't really make any more of those random gacha games series of YouTube videos, because a lot of apps like that got removed from the Play Store. Sad, I know. Another thing that's sad is that there is a dog barking outside near my neighborhood while I am trying to record. That dog is not in my house, that dog is quite far away from me, actually. I don't know if you could hear that one through the recording, but yeah, there's a dog, and if you hear that again, then that's probably why. I think that is because of copyright or something. There probably is some still up, but there probably isn't that many though. I am quite interested in making a video similar to those though. For example, like a gacha mod on itch.io that's kind of niche, or playing gacha games on Scratch or something. I think that I've seen some gacha games on websites like, 8 games. Well, games with gacha characters in them, which were probably stolen. You know, websites that are somehow not blocked on your school Wi-Fi yet. Those sites. Assuming you go to school, that is. If you don't, that's fine. Think on 123 Games. Fungames.com. I just made those two up. Maybe those are actual real sites. I don't know. Search those up on like Chrome or something right now, and if they are real, comment. Yeah. I remember in year 4, my class was having an ICT lesson, and we were using Scratch, and we got to just play the games on Scratch for the whole lesson. And that was like, probably like the only ICT lesson I actually liked. I mean, I do remember that there was like, we made like a slideshow or something, and I kind of like that. Didn't really understand how to use it though. I obviously like understand now. Well, no, I guess maybe the teachers back then just maybe weren't the greatest. Or I was just too stupid, I don't know. I was searching up like Gacha Life games and just playing them the entire time. It was actually so fun. And back then I wasn't ashamed of any of my interests or got bullied by my classmates that much or anything since, well, I was a child. All of us were, but yeah. To be honest though, why the fuck do we actually learn block coding at school? Like, so much of it? When am I going to be in an office or something and there is a problem and I'm gonna be like, ah yes, my fucking block coding skills are going to solve everything. I can make an orange cat and Scratch say fuck. I'm going to save the company. Like, bro. Anyways, I tend to struggle a bit when doing digital art since I probably consider myself more of a traditional artist, and I personally find traditional art a lot easier. I post some of my art on Picsart, but only if characters are either from a piece of media or something, or OCs I have shown on the internet already. This is because I don't want to risk someone stealing one of my OCs and then using it in something, and when I put my OC in the something my OC is meant to be in, then I get accused of stealing from the stealer. I wonder if anybody actually understood that. Oh yeah, fun fact about making this profile picture. Like, it's mainly like with the coloring, with like the flesh and the like blondness of the hair, like the yellow parts. Like, cleaning up the excess from the line art actually took longer than the coloring itself. I cut it out quite a bit of it from the recording because it takes so fucking long. Like, you know, you see like in the sped up video, the colored parts that are outside the lines. It can actually take more time to clean that up than actually adding the color. And personally, cleaning up the excess is my absolute least favorite part. Kind of always has been. It's not flippin' fun, bruv. It's so repetitive. It's boring. And like, I just want to get it over with. But when I don't have to clean up the excess, it's very, very fun. And I like it very, very much. I might actually start doing more digital art again. I don't know. Maybe. It does take quite a bit of time though. Ooh, another thing related to art. I would quite like it if you, like, checked out my comic, Torment Tenjin. It's on Webtoon, and it has its own website. But for some reason, it just won't show up in search results, though, which is very, very irritating. I hate it very much. I wish it would show up in search results, but for some reason it doesn't. But I'll probably leave the link in the description on this video, so maybe you can give it a read. If you can read, that is. I know that there's a lot of young folks on YouTube nowadays, so I don't know, maybe there's a chance you don't read. But yeah, about like these like people, and they're going on a planet with other people, but they're like different species of people. Actually, you know what, Guts? I'm just gonna like read you the actual like thing it says on the back. Oh yeah, fun fact, that's actually my least favorite sprite. It's just like, why is she posed like that? It's mostly just because of the weird, like, bucket thing she has. Why is it like that? Why did I make it like that? What on earth is fucking wrong with me? Anyways, the actual thing it says on the back. Here we go. Mon, Kurguai, and Earth are planets similar to one another, all with the 3 different species of human. However, on Mon, everyone can discover their power, an event that has been set up. 3 people from Earth, 1 person from Kurguai have been chosen for it. And kaboom, that's what it's about. I would actually really appreciate it if you read it, because, yeah, it took me like over a year to make the first part. That's only the first part is actually out, by the way. I plan on it only having 2 parts. Torment Tenjin and Torment Tenjin Secondary Bane. But who knows, maybe that will change. Unlikely though, I don't plan on making it very long. If you want to read it on Webtoon, my username on Webtoon is the same as it is on YouTube. So yeah, it's also in the description, so you have nothing to worry about. And there's a high chance that the website is just in the description, the link to it. So, if you can, then I'd like it if you would. You also probably know that I'm kind of a beginner when it comes to comics, so it's not gonna be like amazing stuff, but you know, like, I worked hard on it, and I would like it if you read it. I also have a Gacha Studio series. It's on my channel, you can find it pretty easily. It's called Spinks. I would appreciate it if you checked it out. I put a lot of work into it, and oh yeah, a fun fact about it. Recently, I have been giving it like its own original soundtrack. I've said it in like the description of like the latest episode of it, but I haven't like actually like announced it like in a video, so yeah, it has its own original soundtrack. I will show it on the screen. Here you go. It doesn't sound like amazing, but you know, I mean, it's fun to make, and I like using it. I guess it makes it feel a little more like special. Back to the actual profile picture and no more self-promotion. Ugh. I made Tegan look at the viewer like a weirdo. And like, because the viewer is a weirdo. Because I am so fucking funny. To me, the background looks kind of off, so... But oh well, I'm not gonna remake it, so... Here is the final product, I suppose.